everybody, it's Muffin and welcome back, and I hope you all had an amazing Christmas, and as you're going into New Year's, having a great New Year's. I am back, and this video is going to have a little bit less editing than I think normal because it's the Christmas season, families all come down, so I'm going to be doing a little bit less time so I can spend time with my family, but I thought that I really still want to keep these daily videos in the week going, and I want to just upload every weekday. Today, I want to talk about economy and TFT, especially if you're new or you're trying to like return, and I just want to keep like some of these ideas top of your mind or explain kind of the ideas behind economy. Now, economy is one of the topics in TFT that really seeps into every other part of TFT. It's important to like win streaking, it's important to lose streaking, it's important to like tempo and everything else that's a big part of TFT. So I'm going to be talking about it all week. And it's going to be 5 videos basically talking about economy, especially because it's very circumstantial to your game. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up a game real quick, and we're just going to talk about economy through these next couple of games. I'm going to focus on how I decide to spend my gold. The very basics on how I think about it is, by default, you are trying to get to 50 gold. If you are at 50 gold, your main purpose is trying to figure out what you can do with that any excess gold in order to make your board stronger and save as much HP as possible. And when you are below 50 gold, you're by default trying to get to 50 gold, unless there's a reason to change that, because there are reasons to change that, and there's actually a lot of them, and you're going to have to ask yourself that question almost every turn of the game. Basically, if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing with your gold, and you can't come up with a reason to spend it, save it. Try and get to 50 gold. Now, from my understanding, the meta hasn't changed too much in the last couple of days. I haven't played because I've drove all the way up to Illinois in order to give my little brother for Christmas. But yeah, the meta hasn't changed too much. It's still a lot of Yumi, a lot of Jax, a lot of Talia. So it should be easy to play around even though I haven't played. In this account, we're still in bronze, I believe, but as we keep playing every day, we should be able to get this up to diamond or even masters. We're going to try and look for a unit that can use the item that they have. Blitzcrank would probably be the best, but I really like this Wukong here. Actually, no, we probably just want to go for this bow. The AD tree has always been a little bit more consistent to me just because no one's playing it. Now, the AP tree is a lot stronger. I do like playing around. Cloak is just so hard. Was it Cloak? No, it was armor on that Wukong, wasn't it? Cloak's really hard to play around right now. There's no real question of econ here, so I'm just going to talk. I really like Bow just because you can play around a lot of AD champs. I really like Sivir. And then into like Samira. Something that also is important is Aphelios is not a damage champ. I've finally come to terms with that, and I think the entire TFT community has come around with Aphelios just does not do damage. You just use the gun that stuns enemy teams, and then you maybe put like a Shojin on him or something. He is not great. We only have 2 gold here. Now, this is a trick you may have seen people do in the past. We're actually not going to use this guy. Where you take out the item, that's the unit that's holding the item. You don't necessarily have to sell them yet. There's a good chance we get a Renekton too next turn. But say like we get a Renekton like right here, and then we can still make the decision if we want to make that Renekton 2 or if we don't want to make that Renekton 2. If we leave him in, then we would sell, in order to not make him, we'd have to sell the Renekton that like was actually good. Now we have 2 supers here. We got 1 gold. And did we just get 1 gold from that turn? Oh, we got 1 gold and a Lee Sin, my bad. So we actually have supers right off the bat, which is kind of odd. I don't know how to feel about that. We really want to grab this Blitzcrank. Now, a thing about TFT that you may or may not know is we actually, because we have Lee Sin, we don't need these Renektons, and Renekton doesn't like this bow. Or we can use Renekton for a Jax carry. That's another possibility. We might be playing around Jax this game. Or we might be playing around Kai'Sa. Oh, I saw the wrong Renekton, but... Okay, so these options are... We have attack speed for Zoomies. I don't know if you really want to force Yumis, especially with these items, Giant Slayer. I kind of want to refresh. Raider Spoils is really great for tempo. Ooh, this actually might be good to play around. League of Draven. I'm actually down to play around this. The reason why I'm playing around Ezreal is a fun tempo champion, but also like I said, he's tempo actually, so kind of what we're gonna do is we're gonna play and we're gonna level up and we're gonna get him in. We probably want to play around Kai'Sa this game, especially since we already have a Kai'Sa, and it's gonna give her an item and a gold every turn. So the main idea behind when you're playing really fast or really strong is let me break this down a little bit. Ezreal Spoils gives you 1 gold every turn, as well as gives you a Ornn Augment on the closest enemy champion. I mean, closest your team champion. This is really strong, as well as we're really strong with this Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's really good in the meta, but also is really good early game. So we're going to play around Kai'Sa and Ezreal, especially since they both have recon. So this is a really good backline, and we already have a really good front line in these bruisers right here. We also see a Vayne. Vayne's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we're always asking ourselves if we can make 10s, especially since we really don't care about any of these units. We could make 10 if we sell Vayne. We actually can sell Vayne, and Vayne's not going to go in just yet anyways. But since Ezreal's going to give us 1 gold every turn, it makes up for making a little bit of interest, but also he has a good chance at this collector's item or Obsidian Cleaver, which is also really good. Actually, I'm pretty sure if we win here, no, okay, we would still have to sell Vayne. I think it's actually okay to sell Vayne for the purpose of Econ, since it's going to be a level 5 in. Whereas we can make a gold. Yeah, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make the 10 gold. Just because we are pretty strong, and we're not going to get it in for a little bit. I think if we do level up anyways, we're just going to want to get in more frontline. We're going to hold on to Ashe just to have... She's a 1-cost recon, and we want 4 recons in this, I believe. Or we can build around the... I know a lot of people play the frontline with threats, but basically if we're going to run around that, and threats is just like Kai'Sa, Vayne, and then Vel'Koz, and then you do you roll at 7 with Cho'Gath, Rammus, and then probably Talia as your frontline, maybe Zac as well. So we might actually not need this recon, but we're already making 20 here. So making 20, actually already leveling up to 8 early, we're pretty strong. But this Annie unit literally just holds your entire team hostage for like 20 turns, so... or like fucking 20 seconds. We love Annie. Being able to make 20 econ, now we're going to be making 2 every turn. This Kai'Sa actually would be really good too. If we can get Kai'Sa 3. And she wants like a Shiv as her next item anyways. I think it's like Shiv, Runan's, then like an AP item. Not Runan's, Rageblade, Guinsoo's. But it might also be just like AP as well. I'm down to put 2 Kai'Sas in as well at level 5. But basically we're just going to save HP throughout the early game. Oh, we also can slam Giant Slayer if we do find ourselves a Kai'Sa 2. Giant Slayer's not bad at all. But being able to hit 20 gold at level 2 gives us just an extra gold, as well as we're going to get a gold from Ezreal. And we're going to be able to go level 7 really easily. But the main thing is we're going to reroll at 7, and getting at least 1 gold every turn, is we're going to be able to roll an extra time every 2 turns, which is pretty valuable. This guy went zoomies, so I'm not too scared of him. Then also we have a decent chance at Collector, so if Kai'Sa kills everything, then Collector's going to get us a lot of gold as well. So we're constantly working our way towards 50 gold. The reason I leveled here is it actually didn't stop us from hitting our 20 gold interval as well. Arguably, if we didn't level, we would have saved 4 gold and we would have been able to sell these 2 ashes in order to make it, but I think we really do want to hold on to these ashes for a bit. And we were able to get in Kai'Sa, and we just are saving HP. We're going to save so much HP getting to level 7. But then also, being at level 5 gives us a higher chance at finding a Kai'Sa, which would give us a Kai'Sa 2. That's pretty OP, or pretty strong. I'm down to hold Vi just because it's another brawler, and we can get a brawler in for a stronger front line. We have a pretty nice back line. Now, something I do a lot whenever I'm playing TFT, if I have a couple of moments and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, I'll open up tactics.tools, and I'll actually try and figure out what my final board is going to be or what my next couple of levels are. So I know that I'm probably going to have to keep Ezreal in for the entire fight, and I know I'm playing around Kai'Sa. So if I'm playing around these 2 units, and I know Vel'Koz helps keep the team, enemy team pretty slow. We can go back and watching this fight. Oh, this guy is playing around Critical Chance. He also leveled to 5 and had a bit stronger of a front line than we did. But he also had extra crit damage because of Ruthless Blades, which is unfortunate. He's the person in first place. He's pretty strong. Vayne did a lot there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Vayne with her true damage. It falls off late game, but we did also get to kill like another couple of units there that normally we wouldn't be able to. something we can consider here is actually running Kaisa, and if we go to level 6, we can get in Underground in, since we have this unit here. I actually do think that's valuable. If we get at least 1 gold, which we don't get a gold from Ezreal this turn, I would do it. I would sell these guys, and we just play around Underground at 6. Hopefully making us even more gold. I don't think we're going to make Shiv. I think we're going to make Giant Slayer. We do not make any gold. Unfortunate. We can also make Chalice. Or we can make Gargoyle Stoneplate. I think we would prefer something like Bramble. So Chalice is actually probably going to be pretty good for our Ezreal. And then we give Ezreal, and he's going to constantly be between Kaisa and our Vel'Koz. We can level to 6 right now, and we'll just be able to get in our Underground. Oh no, we can get Underground now. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I was about to level. Okay, it's completely not necessary at all. I'm also pretty sure we're not keeping these guys long term, so I'm down to put this here. And we are definitely not keeping Kale long term, so I'm down to put that there. So yeah, that's really good that I thought about that for a little bit longer, because we also probably want this item on Kaisa, but it's a good thing that I thought about that a little bit longer, because then we didn't level for no reason, because it wasn't necessary. A lot of times you have options between 2 things, and you really just want to do whatever can get you like the best outcome. I don't know how to explain this. It's very hard. Basically, the idea is, right, like if you could level to 6. Leveling to 6 is only good if it gains you something. So if it like would guarantee you win a fight, then yes, absolutely, you can level to 6 at this point, because it would save you, especially if you have like a win streak. Then you're saving econ anyways, because you're maintaining your win streak. Oh, double trouble! I'm pretty sure double trouble, Kaisa is insane. I'm pretty sure it's really good. So it might be worth actually. Oh no, now we can level to 6. And we get 2 Kaisas in, and that's going to increase our damage by a decent amount. And then we only lose 1 gold because we are about to sell. We'll probably sell you. So now we're going to be a bit stronger. But the main thing I was trying to get at earlier is if leveling would have saved you something or got you something, like we just leveled to get in double trouble Kaisa, which is quite strong. And is going to save us a lot of HP, hopefully, throughout the next couple of fights. We are losing to a couple of these stronger boards, but we should be pretty good still. Our frontline's lacking a bit, but once we get level 7, we should be able to be a bit better about that, because we'll have, you know, our Vel'Koz and our Cho'Gaths and our Rammus, not Vel'Koz. Yeah, well, all of them really matter. We also now know that Draven's going to be contested, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty sure the Draven players are going to fall a little bit, depending on what they end up playing long term. But if there's a reason, so our reasoning there was we just wanted to get in Kaisa, save us a lot of HP, plus it didn't lose too much econ for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that only gets us to 46, so there's no reason to sell. But if it did get us gold, then there's a reason to sell. So it's mostly just don't do something that there's no reason to do. We want this Vel'Koz, so we're actually going to sell these units now. The main reason we were holding on to them is if for some reason we found, like, say in this shop, oh, there's also a Cho'Gath here. We're going to get 1 gold, and it's probably not that important that we hold Ezreal. Ezreal 2 is probably not going to be that important. He's not going to be the most of our damage. But we know we're going to get 1 gold at least from Ezreal's Augment, so we can hold this Cho'Gath. But that also changes what our endgame board's going to probably look like, because it's probably going to be Kaisa and Ezreal guaranteed. At level 7, we're probably going to have like Rammus. And then 1 Vel'Koz. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so it's probably either. So it's probably actually 2. Did we win that fight? Ah, we're super strong. So it's probably going to be 2 Cho'Gaths. This is probably our strongest board. It's something like this, or I think positioning for this is better for Cho'Gath. So that's probably what our end game's going to, or set level 7 board is, and then we level 8 and get in. Vel'Koz, or 2 Vel'Koz can also be really good over the instead of those 2 Cho'Gaths, probably. It all just depends. We'll experiment when we're actually at the point. We have the sword sitting on our Ashe, so we have the sword sitting on someone else. Ooh, okay, so we're probably just gonna go for Sunfire here. Sunfire frontline is really good. There's a lot of healing normally. Okay, we know we don't need to hold this vein, so there's a lot of healing in this comp. There's a lot of healing in this set right now. Shielding's also pretty prevalent. This guy is going straight 8. No one's really playing around healing frontlines, but there's still even a decent amount. Like, say, like the Silas 2 probably heals a decent amount. Actually, pretty good much. The Viego comp entirely revolves around healing. Oh, and there's mascots, yeah. So these mascots revolve around healing because this guy's playing Yumi. So that's pretty valuable, too. He's getting some anti-heal. And we really want Giant Slayer here, and then probably some AP, or we might even... Oh, this is why mascots are stupid. Just play Yumi, bro. But that also does give us our first proc, and since we're not breaking any econ, it's okay to hold this vein. We find like a vein too. It's okay to like throw in for some reason. It might be worth to just take this gold so we don't have to keep in these units for too long. I'm actually super down for that. I think it almost even lets us push for level 8 or level 7. Yeah, it does. So we can get Vel'Koz in now. We can even take out Ash, make our Giant Slayer. Probably more frontline. I think frontline's what's really kind of making it so we lose some of these fights. But now we just sit at 7, and we probably start working more towards like kind of what our board is going to end up being. I know some people do really like having Ezreal frontline items because you can get Blitz Grab from it. I don't think I'm necessarily against it. I just don't think about it very often. Okay. Everyone's playing quite strong right now, I feel like. But I feel like we cap out hard. We also don't have oh, we actually just got a shop of a lot of things that we want. We don't have like double trouble on our front line yet. You know, like, so we probably do like this now. This is probably stronger. And we only really are getting a whole augment on this Kai'Sa and now this Cho'Gath. And we probably should start working on, or probably should start using Ezreal more as a frontline unit. But since we put a Chalice on him, that's probably not possible. The cool thing about sitting here at 7 and having all this gold, oh damn, we almost had Vi, man. That's a damn shame. We can also hold Sejuani. Do we want to hold this Vayne too? I mean, I don't think it's ever you. We haven't seen a single Rammus, which is kind of odd. It's very odd. But this is going to be our front line. 2 Cho'Gaths. And Rammus just comes in over Blitzcrank. And we're just going to stay above 50 gold. I don't think Sejuani's ever going to come in, so I'm down to sell it. And roll just a tad more. I do really like rolling on our turn. The only problem now is we have Kai'Sa, and this is going to make our Kai'Sa 2. And if we aren't able to make Kai'Sa 3, I mean, find a new Kai'Sa soon, then we're not going to have double trouble on it. But I think if we had Kai'Sa 2, we would have won this fight easily. Ruthless Blade's Thrill of the Hunt. Yeah, a lot of damage came out of this duelist. But you see he's level 7, and he had to roll below 20 gold in order to get to where he is. We're kind of off of a lot of 2-stars on our board. We already have a 2-star Vayne. Once we 2-star a lot of our frontline units, we should be okay. We don't really need to dip below 50 gold until we have... Ooh, Recon Crest. I'm pretty sure Recon freaking Rammus is supposed to be really bad, actually. But maybe we can recon... Oh, see? That was actually fine. But now we have a Kai'Sa that actually is going to be 3 items. Oh, we also have 3 recon in right now. So maybe we... Huh. I don't know if recon Zac is any good. We can have 4 recon, gets us guaranteed crit in right now. I feel like I would want to put it on Vel'Koz. But maybe we... Cho'Gath sounds even worse than on this guy here. But maybe we do it. I think he just runs in there again anyway, so we'll see what happens. But now having guaranteed crit on our Kai'Sa 2 seems pretty good. And we're even able to breed a Draven 3. We do win this, right? Yes, we do. He actually rolled down looking for Draven 3. That's kind of crazy. Recon Spat is only good if we're able to keep this 4 recon in. So we might have to drop Bell Cause long term. Rammus might be able to get us enough CC in, but I think we're just going to have to hold off on that. Okay. So yeah, Cho'Gath, Rammus are going to be our main tanks. I think we're just going to have backline Vayne. Only holding on to these Vaynes just to deny the other Vayne player. I think was in like 2nd place. Yeah, we're going to deny that Vayne player. But we're going to only prioritize Cho'Gath, Rammus. We're going to get Rammus in at 8. And then Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa 3 is actually probably our main win condition. But we definitely want to keep in 4 recon so that she's doing critical damage. You can see some of her spells are creating for 450 or 540. This is pretty good. Now we only are going to hold these Vaynes as long as it's not super griefing our econ. If we're like really close to hitting a Kai'Sa 3, then it's going to be important. We probably might want to use it just to find our Rammus 2. Finish up a tank item would probably be really good, but we only have this sword. Honestly, Zeke's can be good too. We have aura items on our 2 Kaisas. This could be very valuable. Vayne's actually doing slightly more damage than Kai'Sa. It is a Kai'Sa 1, so it makes sense. So maybe we just slam this Zeke's here. Actually, this was really bad. I should not have made this Vayne 2 right here. Because, oh. It did grief our econ a little bit. But we're 2 off, which means there's a huge chance we just find Vayne 3 for no reason. And a Vayne 3 is not bad. Just a random Vayne 3. It's not super important. It's not hurting us too much since we have the Kai'Sa 2. So I'm not scared to hold it, per se. But it's also not entirely the smartest decision to have had, since we know that Vayne is contested. And we're actually able to beat the Yuumi player. That's pretty good. Staying above 50 gold, only rolling in order to find our 3 stars. Dipping down below if we were like really low HP. So like if we were this guy, 14 HP, you absolutely have to sell all your gold. I mean, you absolutely have to like roll all your gold, because he is losing infinite HP every turn. We actually probably could have found Ezreal 3. Okay, here's the point. Oh, we know we get a gold from Ezreal. I was about to say if we lose, it might be worth selling these Vaynes. Just because, I mean, that guy's got 2 Vaynes. This guy is only holding 3, so it's actually very possible. Okay, we messed up the positioning a little bit there, but I wanted to avoid the Yuumi that was top left. But still being able to have at least one of our Kaisas get the aura buffs is most of what's important anyways. But if we didn't have this Ezreal augment, we definitely would want to consider selling these Vaynes. Only consider if it's not that contested, so we actually might be able to hit Vayne 3, like I said, on accident. And because we have double trouble, if we get 3-star, we just get a 2-star as well, and that's 9 gold for free. So that's actually even econ. Oh, it's 8 gold for free because you lose 1 for it being 2-starred. In case you didn't know, you do lose a gold when a unit upgrades. If it is 2 cost, 3 cost, or 4 cost, and I think 5 costs, you lose 1 more. I'm not actually entirely certain. We want this Rammus. We should get 3 gold off of Asol here. And we also should have positioned Kai'Sa next to Ezreal. Okay, yeah, we got plenty of gold. If we get another tier here, we can make another chalice. Another tank item would be really nice. I don't know. Since we have recon and he's going to dodge, I don't know if Gargoyles is that good. But maybe we just stack a bunch of AP on our Kaisas. We're just sitting here at 7, re-rolling till we find all our units. Okay, now Cho'Gath is better. We're also just holding on to these Ezreals because now our board is entirely 2-star, so there's no real point in selling them unless we are like 1 off of Kai'Sa 3 and we start to like lose fights. But for now, we should be okay. I actually don't mind this Rammus taking aggro, and then as soon as he casts a spell, dodges away, and then goes ahead and attacks people again. I think it's not too bad. We're now win streaking. We're quite strong. Being able to pick being able to pick Double Trouble. This is one of the best Double Trouble comps, as well as I don't think people in this elo really like playing around Kaisa. Kaisa's a bit hard to play sometimes. Recon is pretty tricky. I think if you're not able to hit 4 recon, you just hit 2 recon. Otherwise, it's like they just dash into like enemy danger, and most spells can't crit without 4 recon anyways. Unless you like have Jeweled Gauntlet, and I don't think you want Jeweled Gauntlet. So there's our Kaisa 3. We're gonna sell this to Leo, make Kaisa 3, pick up our extra Kaisa, and now we actually are super powerful. There's no way we make 3 gold here, so I'm down to sell these guys to hold Shogath. And we're just now gonna either consider going 8 and fitting in a second Rammus, so that Rammus gets our Double Trouble bonus, or we can stay at level 7, and we're still winning a lot of our fights, so I think staying level 7 is perfectly fine. But we did hit 3 gold. we absolutely did hit 3 gold. Or I think we hit 2 gold. Oh yeah, 2 gold for winning. So selling 1 Ezreal would have been fine. I think honestly we want bench space for our Vayne, Cho'Gath plus Rammus, so I'm actually not too worried. And we're actually only 2 Cho'Gaths off of Cho'Gath 3, and we're only 4 off of Rammus, since we already have 2 Cho'Gath 2s in the lobby, or on the board. So we're actually not even that far off of being able to hit our 3 stars. So it's actually not bad to hold these too much. And this guy only has 1 Vayne now. So Vayne is actually super available. Something we want to consider is trying to dodge this Zed that can come in. Doesn't look like we're playing against the Zed player. Another key thing about Econ that a lot of people don't talk about is when we roll down, it's actually probably good that we stop rolling at 53. The main reason for that being is once we hit 50, if we roll down to 50, and that on 50 gold we then find a Cho'Gath, we then have to try and we like then have to dip below 50 gold and lose an Econ, when we could just have waited 1 more turn and probably still been able to find it in 1 more roll or so. We do really want another tank item. We don't have magic resist, so the Ionics would have been very good. Redemption may be good. There's not too many options here, so probably actually we just want this Rabadon's Death Cap, just to give AP as a 3rd item onto our Kaisa. Right now, each one of her 3rd attacks is doing 600 damage, because she's sitting at 165 AP. But once we get this Death Cap, it should go up to like almost 1,000, I think. Yeah, 900. That's actually a huge upgrade. So like right now we're sitting at 53. If I rolled right here and say I wanted this Vel'Koz, now we'd be sitting at 48. Now if we win the next fight, and because we have 1 gold from Raider Spoils, it wouldn't be a problem. But say like there was another Vel'Koz right here, we'd be like so below. But because we had like a Senna right there, it'd be fine. But if we didn't have Senna, then we would be dipping below our Econ for very little reason. Oh, but also now that we don't have they hackered their Sejuani. Interesting.
Another day, another bullseye.
Now we're 1 off of Cho'Gath. 2 off. Oh, 2 off Rammus, and we hit. Now it's actually more valuable that we have this Rammus in over a second Cho'Gath, just because that second Cho'Gath, now a Rammus 3 is getting our Double Trouble bonus instead of 2 Cho'Gath 2s. Oh, he Zephyr'd our Kaisa. But I think in set 8, a lot of people value rolling on 7 recently. There's a lot of power spikes on level 7 and 3-cost units. So this is also a good point to remember, like a lot of 3-cost units. This is also a good type of comp to remember, is how to work with 3-cost units. Just because like Jax is like super power and has a lot of 3 costs. just because Jax is like super powerful as a 3-cost unit. Someone who's really powerful is like these Rammus and Cho'Gaths are very useful to put in any front line, just because Cho'Gath has like bonus MR and Rammus has bonus armor. Well, and also a lot of boards are built around level 7. It just seems to be very popular. Sunfire. I'm actually not sure what would even be good here. Maybe we find an item for our second Kaisa, which could be Hands of Justice is alright, but actually I feel like Infinity Edge go from having 153 crit to 170. You do actually still get overflow crit, even with the new critical strike chances. And now we have our Cho'Gath 3, so it's actually worth leveling up. I would even consider... I would consider losing a gold here if like we were weak in the lobby, but we're not at all. And because we're not weak, I'm not gonna like lose a gold for it. This guy's level 9. I do think we are going to go level 9 and just get this second Vayne in, and we're gonna have a 3-star Vayne, or not a 3-star Vayne, but a Vayne 2 as well. And yeah, Double Trouble Kaisa is just super powerful. And being able to play around Ezreal early game, because we knew we had Ezreal's Raider Spoils, which gives us just so much gold for free. Like, you think we get 1 gold every turn, so even like every round, we're gaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. Just 6 gold every turn. And we're able to get in our Cho'Gath for... without losing any econ. If we were weak in the lobby and we thought that this second Cho'Gath, as well as getting like Cho'Gath stacks or double trouble stacks on this Cho'Gath, would have helped us win like fights and save HP, it would have been worth like losing gold. But since we didn't have to, there was no reason to lose the gold in the first place. That's actions per minutes, baby. This guy's level 8. Oh, he's actually got a pretty strong board. There's a chance we lose to this guy in the long run, just because Mascots is very powerful. But also, he's not getting a lot of chance to heal since we have a very fast team. And the reason that Yumi's super powerful is because it does very good into long fights. As well, if she gets the chance to kill your main carry, then the lights go extremely long. We have one more turn till we're able to go level 8, which means this guy's just gonna lose. I'm pretty sure. Galio 3, I don't think is the defining factor. If he actually put his Yumi front of board, that might be stronger. Like if he put it like 3rd row or 2nd row, it actually might be able to kill us. But because it isn't, that... Oh, I was about to say, this Fiddlesticks actually is going to be quite valuable for him, I'm pretty sure. It's going to jump into like the middle of our team and just stun everyone once he gets hurt. Which is coming up. Oh, but during his like de-aggro, he actually was able to, we were able to turn around and kill his Yumi in time. That's actually really nice. And that was a pretty good game. The important thing to remember is I'm pretty higher elo than a lot of these people, so we weren't forced into a lot of circumstances in which we had to spend our gold because we were just in general stronger than a lot of people. We did push level 6 because we're also silver now. We did have to push level 6 because I think we were low on HP. But then also we wanted to fit in the double trouble units, and so we went down to 40 gold, which did help us stay a little bit stronger. And at level 3-2, you normally want to go level 6. But that's only if you had enough gold from earlier on in the fight through stage 2 that you were able to go level 6. We also, at every turn, tried to go, are we able to save the gold here? Also, every turn we were like, are we able to hit our next gold threshold? Do we need to be holding everything on our bench? Are we playing the strongest board that we're currently able to in order to save as much HP and also get the most out of our gold as possible? Those are the main things you kind of want to be looking for. So constantly working towards 40 gold or 50 gold and only ever going below if there's a reason to, such as if you can upgrade a unit that's going to be stronger for you. I do think I'm going to level up this account a little bit more so that I'm showing you a little bit higher level of games. I do think that probably would bring a little bit more value, right? These kind of feel like best case scenarios just because a lot of people aren't playing super optimally. But I do think that like Double Trouble Vayne, I do think like Double Trouble Kaisa would have won that lobby anyways. That was actually super lucky that we were able to play that. But yeah, I'm planning to do econ videos this entire week. So if you enjoyed this content and you enjoy me talking about TFT while I'm playing through it, or if you just want to learn more about econ, leave questions down below and consider subscribing to the channel. Anyways, I have been Muffin. I hope you guys are doing really good this holiday season, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.